Let's just gloss over that and move on. Oh yeah, we put a slightly larger booster on it. What is that flashing? Is that thunderstorms? Are we there now? Well, it's a nice view, but it's taking time. Would help if I'd actually clicked on there and kept it, possibly. How rude. So we got the Atlantic there, I think, and then the other bit there. Well, the positive is that it does not look as though we're going to hit someone's house. There's nothing there. None of it. We're not even getting rubble. Welcome to Kerbalish, a brand new series on the channel, which is going to be Kerbal, but a little ish. We're Kerbin scaled, but on Earth, which puts us in the solar system. So it's RP1-ish. We've got a tech tree that's a little different, and we're starting without Kerbals, but we've got some of the normal missions, even if they're by someone else, KSRSS. And of course, we've got all the visual mods, just to make it nice. So yes, so this is Kerbalish. We're going to be playing in KSRSS, or Kerbal Scale Real Solar System, and we're going to be playing on the Kerbal scale of that. You can have two different ones. We're playing on the Kerbal scale one. What that does mean is that we have all the planets of the solar system to explore, and but it's going to be a little easier than RP1. And to make up for that, we don't have any parts mods. Well, we're not really any parts mods. We have ReStock. We have ReStock, and I think it's a ReStockPlus and things like that, which gives us pretty much new skins for the parts and a few extra sizes, just for the fun of it. But apart from that, there are no other parts mods. I will put in the description down below a list of all the mods that are in here. There's not many. It's quite easy. The big thing is we're on Earth, but it's smaller, and we're starting off unkerbaled, which means we've got a different tech tree. We've got slightly different missions and things like that. So I think we should probably get going with our first launch. Here we are with our first craft. We've got ourselves just a little solid booster in the center there, the Might. We've got a little Stiputnik on the top. We've got a little bit of science on there. And some fins just to make it all go right. This should be fine. We just got to launch it. Let's see if we can get some science. We might even get a recovery if not all of it explodes when it crashes back down. But we will see. Let's get rid of some of the fuel. We don't need to go very far, do we? And that's a cunning idea, isn't it? Now, I didn't check. Do you have to? You just have to fly. It doesn't matter how far. So in RP1, you have to get to a minimum height. But of course, in the stock game, not a problem. I do have a battery in there. I'm not entirely sure we're going to need it. We'll put that there, do that there. We've got two transmitters. I'm not entirely sure why we've got that. But what we'll do is we'll do that, and it's gonna take some of our battery power. What's it going to do for us? Just transmit that. Is it going to use it all? It's good. Okay, right. So let's just fire that. We have launched our first mission. We're going to log that again. We're going to get that. Then hopefully we're not going to go too high. I'm just having a look. I wonder if we could bounce. I mean, to be fair, we could have just gone up tiny steps, and then, yeah, this is going to be too high. We're going up to 5 kilometers. This thing is going to be a mess. It's going to come down in a horrible way. I don't think we need that thermometer anymore. Right. Let's take it down, and down we go. Just realized I have destructible launch facilities on. This might not have been the clever idea. Can you destroy the sort of level 0 pad? Is that something you can do? No, I think we're going to miss it. Or the runway. What on earth? That's new. Okay. Let's just gloss over that and move on. There's nothing there. None of it. We're not even getting rubble. We did have some debris there, but obviously it gets cleaned up if it's on the runway or something, or on the crawlway. But we did get some science, 11 science, so let's get some bits. What do I want? I would like you, because you will give me something, and I probably need a bigger one of you, so we'll have that, and then we'll think about everything else. Onwards and upwards. And by onwards and upwards, I mean upper atmosphere. There we go. Is there anything... The Might, the mallet. What's that? What's a mallet? Solid. What is a mallet? The Striker. I don't remember these. How long are they going to be valid for? They're going to sit around for a while. We'll come back to those. Here we are, the Alpha 2A, and all we've done is we've added an extra battery. We've got this pressure sensor on the side, so we've now got the thermometer on the other side there. Oh yeah, we put a slightly larger booster on it. The Shrimp. Oh, and I've got a liquid engine. We're not going to use that just yet. And here we are on the launch pad. We're just going to grab our thermometer and our barometer, because we're going to need those. Oh, we've got some missions completed. We'll get to that in a minute. It's not important. We don't have any sort of control, so we're just going to do that, and then I'm going to log the pressure, and we're going to transmit that. And where are we? This, right? So no, I want this. This there. Go on. This here. There we go. Hopefully, I think around 20. If we get to 20, we should be able, and we can speed this up a bit. We don't care about, whether it's accurate or not. If we get over 20, we should be able to get the next level of science from these. then I can not worry about this anymore. There we go. We're past the 20. So let's do the log that. Nope, not 20. Flying. Oh, because we're not past it yet. I'm looking at the bottom where it tells me my apoapsis. I'm not actually got to that right now. We're at it. Let's have a look. What we're doing. Yeah, we have that. And I've got to do this quickly because we have limited electricity. See? There we go. Oh, right on the brink. Right, now I will say, I bet I didn't do this. Yeah, requires complete. So we're going to allow partial, because if we get over 70, we can try and get a little bit of data out of it, just in case. Let's have a look what we've got right now. We've got 28. I don't think we're going to need 29, but we might get a little bit out. Let's have a look at the contracts anyway. So we've got upper atmosphere is done and first launch is done. And then we've got the milestones that are just first launch did that. We've got broken speed record. Well, you get speed record 25 and 80. That's not particularly impressive, is it? Altitude record, speed record 250. Speed land distance record 1,000 meters. So a kilometer. Okay. Oh, are we going to land in someone's house? That's a good point. Let's see. Are we going to get to space is the question. Let's have a look. Let's check the battery power. We have a little bit of battery power. And we are in space with a tiny bit of battery power. Which of these is the more efficient? I think the temperature. Yeah, I think you are better. We got 1 science out of it. Okay, so that's not terrible. You know, I wonder if if we had another battery on there, we could have got more, but we probably wouldn't have got to space then. What is that flashing? Is that thunderstorms? Well, the positive is that it does not look as though we're going to hit someone's house. The negative is there seems to be a lot of storms. I'm assuming they're thunderstorms. If they're not, that's cool, but a lot of thunderstorms. And we do look as though we're about to hit into the ocean and explode with quite a force. I think we can just go at 3 times speed. Yeah, look at that. We're slowing down. I mean, the good thing is from there, we could actually deploy a parachute. We're actually slowing down a lot. There's a lot of air resistance on this thing, isn't there? That is surprising. Maybe that's why it survived when it went through the crawlway. Right, let's accelerate through to the ocean. There we go. Where's the land? There we are. Well, there we are. Pretty view as we go in. There we go. Okay. Well, that's sort of nice, isn't it? And with that, we are back. We got 34 science, which we are going to spend. I want to say liberally. There must be somewhere I can get 2 science from. Let's see if we can get 2 science from somewhere. Actually, let's go to space. That's a good idea. Let's go to space. I should say we have mission packs. The one mission pack we've got is the comms net relay, because I don't think there's any other missions for that. KSRSS has got its own set of missions, and then we've got the stock missions in there as well. So I think KSRSS replaces the normal exploration contracts, just because, well, you've got different planets. So that's going to replace that. Right, let's go and get some science and possibly go to space. I don't know if we'll get, in fact, if we get to space, which we've already done, we will get the science I want. So let's go do that. And as if by magic, we have the Alpha 2B. This is the Alpha 2A, but I've taken the transmitters and I've put them on the top, and I've put 3 fins instead of 4, just to make it a little lighter, because I want to try and spend as much time out of the atmosphere as possible, just in case I manage to misclick on these things on the way up. So yeah, there's that, isn't there? Nice and easy, full thrust, go for it, please. I need to grab my things, my science, as we set off. Need to grab that, put it there, and we are going. This is going to be exciting. Yes, 4 times speed acceleration doesn't affect anything. If this actually goes higher, it's not probably because of physics acceleration. It is probably just because it's lighter. Oh, look at that. How high have we got? We've got to 92 on the apoapsis. We might even stay at 90. We might stay above 90. That's good, isn't it? Would help if I'd actually clicked on there and kept it, possibly. Are we there now? Good, we're done. Right, let's get that, log that, do that, get all of the science. Are we done? Have we got all the sciences? We've got that. We've got this contract completed. We are in space. We've got all of these milestones. Wonderful. New altitude things. What's my science like? 49. Wonderful. I don't think we need to see this one fall into the ocean. And like that, we've almost got 50 science, and we can take another mission. What have we got available? Let's take, we've got 2. Suborbital return? Yes, suborbital return sounds like a good idea. And is there anything else that I want? I don't think so. Yeah, that's not happening. That's really, really low. We've lost the solid rocket booster ones that I was interested in, but they had days on them. How rude. I think we'll just take the Orbit the Earth one, right? Let's go and we're going to do a return. We probably need some parachutes. That's a good idea. And then I quite like the mystery goo. We'll have that as well, which leaves me 13. And I would really like that. But I haven't got fuel tanks, have I? I need fuel tanks. That's 5. for fuel tanks, for things and stuff. It's just a world of stuff, unless I put a curve. I've still got to go for that. Right, to get to orbit, I need to have that because I need a controllable rocket. That's going to be at least 5 and then 18. And then I would really like tanks to go with some engines that I could get. Right, so we need some science from somewhere. We're gonna put this together. I don't think, yes, I'll keep this. I've basically added on some mystery goo and some parachutes, and I've taken some fuel out because we just want to get some science, because we're going to try and get, I think there's some collection science available for these two, so we've got those on as well. We'll just launch that and grab some science. And as if by magic, we are at the launch pad, and we're gonna pin that. I'm gonna pin this as well. Just pin them all. Get them all pinned on there. Whenever you ever pinned something to an actual screen, make it so. Right, log that, keep it. Log that, keep it. Observe that, keep it, and then observe that. And that should give me all of that science from there. And then the engine should cut out, and we should be all the way back down to the bottom of the Earth. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I would like to deploy parachute. There we go. Beautiful. And I shall see you at the launch site. Yeah, I'll see you at the launch site very soon. So here we are, coming in for a nice, gentle landing. We're just gonna slow it down just a little bit at the end there, just a little bit. Yeah. We're actually falling at like 2 meters per second, so this should be okay. We should be nice and soft. There we go. Oh, wonderful, perfect. One of the reasons that we're flying it like this, of course, is because I can get recovered from low flight around Kerbin, which I do want, and then we're going to try and get a high atmospheric flight, and then we're going to try and get a space flight, but that's going to be challenging, I think. What do we get? We got to 17, we got to 30 science. Oh, that's very nice. Right, let's have a look at more science spending. What do I want? Well, let's take that, and then let's take that. I think stability is more important. Right. Oh, I could get some more science equipment actually. What have we got here? Is that the Science Junior? I could have got the Science Junior. It's a lot of science cost though. And once you get it though, you get the science back, don't you? Right, so now we have the Alpha 3B. You'll notice the last one was the C, because we're actually going backwards. So the C is the smallest, then the B is the second one, and then the third one, which I have in mind already, and I pretty much know what I'm doing, is going to be the A, and that's going to be a little bit bigger. But so now we've got a full tank of fuel in the solid, and we're going to do the same thing again. So rinse and repeat. I suppose I could put that on it, couldn't I? Is that more expensive? And here we are, another craft on the launch pad. We're going to get this going. This time we don't mind what's going on. Right. So yeah, what's happening with the series? You're seeing a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get through the early flight nice and quickly, just so we can get going. So I'm trying to rocket through them. It's like I planned to use that phrase, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to rocket through them reasonably quickly. I hope I'm getting to the right altitude with this. That might be close. We're going to have a look, aren't we? Right, no, reset that. I need to put that there. Right, come on. As soon as we get over, I have to pop all of these one after the other. Right, we're ready. And go, 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 go. Upper atmosphere, good. Keep that, keep that, keep that, keep that. Oof, that was close. I mean, we just dropped below it now. Okay, so what we've learned is that rocket is just on the brink. What could I have done to improve that? I could have removed one of the fins, I suppose. If we'd have put that extra probe core on there, it would not have made it. I suppose I could have just put one parachute on the top then, couldn't I? I hadn't thought about that actually. That ironically would work, wouldn't it? Right. Back down to the Earth. I suppose it is the Earth. Back down to the Earth. One mod I didn't include, and I wish I had, was better time warps, and maybe I should go back and install it. What do we think? When you've got tiny craft like this falling at, let's just check, 2.6 meters per second. Yes, it takes time. So in a flight that has taken almost 9 minutes, in which I think probably about 5 of those minutes have been slowly falling under parachute, we're about to end that one. And I think that's going to be the last time we launch this particular craft. The next one is going to be a bit bigger, I think. Seriously, can you just land? And we are down. And we are back up to 20 science. Does that mean I can get something else? Can I have, I can have the nice engines that I wanted. Do I want these ones? What's that? A Spacey, an Ant. So those are the really high gimbally ones. And then I've got this. Yeah, I'll have that. That's nice. And they're quite a big thing as well. And I've got 2 left, which means I could get these little bits. if I really wanted to. I'm not really sure I want. I think the next purchase is going to have to be, it's going to have to be the science, isn't it? Because I'm just going to get the science, right? Let's go a bit bigger. Here we are. This is bigger. So we've got our Alpha 2, Alpha 3B in the middle, and then we just strapped some more on, put some fins on them. There we go. Again, I could have put the Probodobodobodyne on there, but I don't actually have a reaction wheel to use with it at the moment. So it would have to have reaction control thrusters on, and that's just going to be silly, isn't it? So let's just see how this goes. You know what? I wonder if I could put a... that's a thought. I think all those are attached there. We could have put a decoupler in. Do I have a decoupler? Not a round one, right? There's something to think about. If we had a decoupler, we could decouple this top section, which would make its return probably better. So if this doesn't work, we know what to do. And as if by magic, it is constructed. Yes, I do not have construction time as a mod on this. I do like the stock pad with the charring on. Right, let's get everything going. I should probably have these tagged, although I'm hoping we're going to get a decent altitude. What I have done is, if I show you, I've actually underfueled this. So if we don't make it to orbit, or actually out of the atmosphere with this, I can put more fuel into it, but it means it doesn't go too high, because I was looking at the delta V in the thing, and I think 2,220 is actually where I want to be, and I'm not there. But I think I can cope with this. It should be okay. I really just want to pop my nose out of the atmosphere, as it were, get the science, and then go home again. But we'll see. So I don't want to light it. Just light it. Oh, there we go. Right, we are lit. You'll notice we're only firing the 2 outer engines first, primarily because I don't want to get too much drag lower down in the atmosphere. And if I fire all 3, it potentially gets high drag. What's going on? Are these on full thrust? Or did I limit their thrust? That's interesting. So once they go, then we'll decouple them, and this thing will fire off, and hopefully it's turning a little bit, which is maybe a positive, actually. The problem is I've not moderated, I've not controlled that turn, so that's a bit of a negative, but we are going up at least. And we should have most of the mass at this top end when we actually fire the next stage, hopefully, possibly, maybe. I probably should see about where our thing is. Obviously, we haven't upgraded the tracking station yet, so I don't know how long it is until we get to the apoapsis and periapsis and all that sort of stuff, which will make reaching orbit even more fun, I think. You know, we can actually speed this up, can't we? We're just trying to get up there. So we're up at 40 kilometers now. I think we're going to be too far. 50, 70, yeah, we are. We're too far. Okay. A bit of drag would be nice right now. I'd really like a little bit of drag. Would be good, because that seems a little high, if I'm honest. Yeah, the Earth is looking, Florida's, yeah, by the way, yeah, launching from the Cape, just in case you were wondering. So we've got the Atlantic there, I think, and then the other bit there. What's that? Is that Mexico down there? Mexico? Is that Mexico down there? I don't know. I'm not American. Can you tell by the accent? Right. Probably best to log all of these things. Just grab them. Keep that, keep that, keep that, keep that. We don't need them anymore. That's good. Wonderful. Right, so this thing's now going to come back down, and we should get a big chunk of science for the science it's carrying, but also because it's been to space and returned. We've returned to the surface from our space program extracted. We have returned to the surface. That was just because we parachuted down with the first craft, I'm guessing. So we're not actually doing a mission. Oh, this will actually do a mission, won't it? Will this do the... Yeah, this will do the suborbital return mission. That's superb. So then the next one is just the orbit mission, and then it gets really hard because I don't have anything really useful. Or we put a Kerbal in a seat. That is an option. I mean, what's lighter? What is lighter? Is a Kerbal in a seat lighter than a probe core? And does a Kerbal in a seat have a reaction wheel? I suppose it doesn't. I still have to use things. Yeah, that's a thought. I suppose I should really prepare the parachutes, because I've just realized they may not be set correctly. Where is my parachute? There it is. Mode when risky is what I want it on, because we're going to need to go when risky, I think. So if we could just slow down a little bit, I'm going to do that, and then it's going to deploy when risky. So we just wait, just slowing down. About 300, probably about 300. I think probably about 2,000 meters up, 2,000 meters up to 2 kilometers up. I think we'll probably have it. There we go. Perfect. That looks lovely. I was a little bit out. It was a little bit early, actually. Right. And of course now we have the joyous slow fall into the ocean. And luckily, we've got rid of most of the altitude, but we've now got the parachutes open, right? Well, that's nice, isn't it? That's fun. We could just do that. Right, let's get this thing down to the surface. Well, it's a nice view, but it's taking time. One parachute. Next time, one parachute. If I used the other probe core, I could have just put the little parachute on the top, and then we could have used the booster as like a crumple zone in the water. If it wasn't early morning, I would actually be thinking that the sun is about to set before we even land this thing. I mean, is it landing? It's splashing down before it even splashes down. And we have down. Wonderful. I suppose we should really slow this down now because, you know, physical time warp is not good for things, is it? And as if by magic, our science has filled itself back up to 30. So we've got 26 science from that. That's wonderful. I don't know what I want to spend it on. I don't have enough for that. And do I want... Oh, now, did I want this? I wanted something. I've got that already. I've got that. So I wanted this because it's got fuel tanks. So I definitely need fuel tanks because if I want to use RCS, I need to have fuel tanks. And then we've got bits. We've got bits. So I think we're just saving now, are we? What's in this one? Is this the, do I get, there's the hammer. Where is that rocket that came early on? Where is the solid rocket that came? The thumper? No. What is it? Kickback? No. Pollux? No. Thoroughbred? No. Where is the rocket? Clydesdale? No. There was a solid rocket that we got on a task to do, and I've just not seen it. Is it got a different name? Is it something like, I bet it's the tiny ones. I bet it's the decoupling ones or something like that. Right. So I think our next mission is orbit. And then, I mean, we could get that at some point, couldn't we? Could even get that. What's that? It's going to be 45 flight control. Does that give me... Oh, that's what I want. A reaction wheel. Oh, so sweet. Right. We've got a bit of funding. Do we spend it? We've got to spend a bit of it. You know what? I'm going to spend a little bit. I'm going to spend a bit there. Right. Is there any other missions I can take? Orbital return. Well, we might as well take that because we've now got 7 missions we can take. The ones that we had have actually vanished. But while I start to put this together for Orbit, and we will see this in the next episode, I'm going to say now, please comment down below, subscribe, do all those things. Tell me, what do you want to see happen in this series? So we've got ourselves to a point where we might be able to get into orbit around Curb Earth. Should we call it Curb Earth? I'm not sure what the aim of the series is. Is it to go to every planet? Is it just to have a bit of fun? Am I going to colonize some things? There's lots of things we could do. So why don't you tell me, what should I do? You know, once we've got the Kerbals out there, do we want to start, you know, planet hopping? Do we want to try and go as far as we can, as quickly as we can? Do we want to take our time? Do we want to build little settlements? Do we want to build a space station? What shall we do? So please leave your comments down below, like, subscribe, do all those things. And from me, until next time, have a great one. So if that was good for you, check out on the screen right now some links. You can see other videos you might like. Check out the channel, see if there's any playlists you like. There's also some links to other content creators there you might like. Or leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, do all those things.